Hey friends, welcome to Spirit-Filled USA, and today we're out in the holler in beautiful West Virginia, out on my deck, and I want to get into this new Booker's that just dropped. I think we got it a little bit early, so we wanted to go ahead and get the review. We're getting into Booker's The Reserves 2026. All right, y'all, welcome out to my holler. This is where I live. This is where I'm at when I'm not at work or doing other things or in Ryan's bourbon basement. And I'm excited to welcome y'all out here. Don't mind the citronella that's going. I have citronella plants all around here because I live down in a creek bottom. There's bugs all around. I'm trying to keep them away. But neither here nor there. I wanted to do a quick review. Justin and Ryan weren't able to get out here this evening because I got a surprise and I was able to snag a Booker's The Reserves 2026 already. Now, it is not even the end of August. We are still a week away from that. This was not supposed to drop till next month. I got it in Pennsylvania. I'm not sure if maybe they dropped it a little early. Usually these come out at Kentucky Bourbon Festival, but I wanted to hurry up and get a review out there because this is a bit of a polarizing one that I'm sure people are going to be asking a question. Should I buy it? Should I not? So I'm just going to give it a fresh crack and give a review with you because this could go any direction. I have no idea. So those of you who have been paying attention, this bottle had caused, well, is causing a bit of a hullabaloo in the bourbon world because Booker's The Reserves, this is the third year, the third iteration. The 2024 edition was absolutely fantastic. It was just a straight bourbon whiskey with extra age on it, and people went nuts over that. It was excellent. Last year, they came out with a tequila finish, and it was still a high-aged bourbon, and people were like, cool, but why? And this year, a couple of months ago, when this label hit the TTB, I think it caused even more head scratching than last year's because this is a rye whiskey, which people got excited about it being a rye whiskey. There are some legendary Booker's rye whiskeys out there, and it is finished in apple brandy barrels. That's one layer. I am actually a big fan of like apple brandy, Calvados finish, those kind of things. Big fan of those. And then it's infused with cinnamon. What? I didn't know what to think about it. A lot of people don't know what to think about it. But as far as I know, this is the first drop of it anywhere nationwide other than maybe Jim Beam launching a few bottles straight at the distillery. So we're going to give this a go. It is a 6-year, 2-month, 23-day age statement, so down to the very day. It is 125.1 proof, so it's a kicker. I have not tried anything yet today, so this could be a lot. It could just completely mess my palate up. But, again, people are going to wonder if this is any good, if this is worth it, what in the heck Jim Beam is doing. Is this just like a fancy fireball? I don't know. We're going to find out. I'm cautiously optimistic. I think I'm all for experimentation and trying new things, and this is experimentation and trying new things, a little bit on steroids. So, but I generally like Jim Beam stuff, and I love ryes, and so I just want a Booker's rye. Okay, so we're gonna give this a go. I have no idea what to expect. Obviously, it's a fresh crack. Take that for what it is. But I'm just gonna dive right into this, give you an honest review on what the heck is going on with this bottle, because it feels like nonsense. This feels like Garth Brooks coming out with a Chris Gaines album. I think I've used that reference before. Sorry if I have. But it's just that random, you know? It's like Britney shaving her head random. I have more millennial references if you want them. Immediately, wow, it smells like a lot of apples. It smells like a red apple right off the bat. That is the most prominent note. There is also, a caramel apple. Oh gosh, I'm looking for, there's not a lot of cinnamon on the nose, so that is promising. Maybe it's not all cinnamony, because I'm not like a big Amberana fan. There's a few Amberana things I like, but not a lot. So the apple brandy part, right up my alley. The cinnamon infusion, not so much. So let's see. The nose is pleasant. It's nice. Again, a lot of apple, a lot of candy, a lot of sweetness. Let's see what this does. Okay, I've had a chance to sit with this for a little bit, and I'm going to continue trying to like nose and taste this a bit because there's something here. There's something here. So on the nose, like I said initially, it's very bright, like red apple. It's got a lot of caramel apple. There's some oak and barrel char coming out of this. It doesn't smell like cinnamon, but it almost smells like a not a baked pie crust, but like a bakery good that is still in dough form. Like it has a doughy kind of smell to it, which is really interesting. So that's where I'm at on the nose. It's not crazy strong. I'm looking for like traditional rye notes, and maybe there's a little herbalness hiding there in the background. So that's there. And then on the palate, that like pie crust note is very prominent, but now it's a baked pie crust. All right. The apple's not huge. I don't get a ton of apple. It's more on the nose than it is on the palate. So I guess so far we are at apple pie. There's a little vanilla caramel at the beginning, but not a ton. The cinnamon is really light. Okay, so people were wondering and probably getting really nervous about the cinnamon infusion. It's just there on the end a little bit. I don't know if they're trying to replicate like an apple pie and trying to bring in like that baking spice characteristic with the cinnamon. It's there, but it feels more like kind of a traditional rye spice to me on the end. There's almost like a bubblegum sweetness to it. I will say there's a little like grainy astringency, probably like 2/3 back in the palate, which isn't the best. I wonder if that's from like, did they soak cinnamon into this? I'm not sure like what cinnamon infusion means, like, or are they just throwing cinnamon sticks in there? Because it tastes a little like the tiniest bit like raw cinnamon or something. That's where I'm at. The finish is nice, but it doesn't go on forever. It's rich and oily, which is probably one of the highlights of this. So I'll give it thumbs up for that. Gosh, the color is actually pretty spectacular on this. I don't know how well you can see with this camera because I'm just recording this on an iPhone, but the color is pretty lovely. I'm enjoying this, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm trying to weigh it and be honest for it being like such a big special release for the Bookers. I think my biggest knock here is it tastes like they could have really aged it another couple years and it would really bring it up a couple notches. Because the cinnamon, the bubble gum, the little bit of appliness there, it's really nice, but it's missing some like dark rich undertones that I want with a really good rye whiskey. It's just giving me faint rye, faint cinnamon, faint apple. There's nothing that really comes and takes charge in it. So it's good. I like it. I'm gonna enjoy it. At $130, I don't know if it's there. I'm gonna read there's some notes with this, right? There's always a little cheat code with the Bookers, so give me 1 second here. Cleanse the palate. Let's see what the tasting notes that they give you are. Color, rich auburn. Okay, I see that. There's like an orangey red kind of color to this. Nose, bright apple. We nailed that. Sweet caramel. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Subtle seasoned oak. Yeah, there's like a charriness to it. Taste, charred oak, vanilla, caramel. Very straightforward and balanced with delicate cinnamon. It doesn't say anything about apple on the main part of the palate, but it does in the finish. It says notes of cinnamon baked apple. The apple is very in the background on this. Even the cinnamon, again, not super prominent, but all in all, I like it. I enjoy it. I'm gonna be happy to share and enjoy this bottle with some other folks. And it's not the most rye forward rye, so I think even if you're a bourbon drinker and you're interested in this and you don't love rye, you may still be into this. So I'm gonna be anxious to see what Ryan thinks, because he is not a rye drinker, but I think he might like this because it's got more, weirdly, like more classic bourbon notes. Maybe it's just like tamed down those rye characteristics with that finishing and the cinnamon infusion. I'm just gonna give it an overall score. I think it's like a 2.5. I think it's good, but I don't love it. It's worth a bottle if you're interested enough. If not, that's just is what it is. So, not the greatest, not the worst. Jim Beam, interesting choice. I guess I applaud you for trying and for giving us a rye. So please give us more of that. Maybe next year, just make it like a 9 or 10 year barrel proof cask strength rye whiskey. Just hit us with that next year for the reserves and skip the younger stuff and skip all the finishing and the infusion. That's my recommendation to you. I know they won't take it, but here's to hoping. We can hope and pray, can't we? So anyway, friends, thanks for joining me for Spirit Filled USA for this quick review of the Booker's 2026 The Reserves 2.5. I hope you're in for it. Get out there, find it, try it, snag you a bottle, and share it with some friends. Thanks for joining us, folks, and until we gather again, we'll be with you in spirit. Cheers.